Arc Raiders just teased a new weapon that's going to drop with the upcoming update on March 31st. I wanted to showcase this teaser and break down what this teaser is really telling us. So let me show you this teaser. It's pretty short. To accompany the teaser was a small caption that said, "Arc adapt, so do we." And then it had 3 emojis, which really give us a clue to what's going on here. Now, a lot of people first thought, oh, maybe it's a new arc, but the caption really sells that this is a new weapon. And if you spend much time buying from the traders, then you'll know that this is Tian Wen's place. As you can see, it's the exact same door here. And she's the gun nut, right? It says in her description, Tian Wen is the gun nut. She has a supernatural knack for tech and construction. Now, if you take a look at the emojis that were shown, it was a sort of spanner emoji, right? Suggesting something is being created. And then an explosion emoji. And then a lightning emoji. Now, this tells us 2 things. Besides that Tian Wen's making a new weapon, I think it's safe to say that the lightning symbol symbolizes the energy weapon category, right? Energy ammo in the game has that same lightning symbol. I think we're getting another legendary energy weapon. And the explosion symbol, as well as the explosive noises, really seems to suggest it's some kind of explosive weapon. Now, you may be wondering, well, what if it's like an explosive legendary grenade? Well, I don't think that's quite the case because Tian Wen is the gun nut, and Apollo is the grenade guy, right? It says when he's not dealing in explosives, Apollo is an avid flute player, so pray he won't blow his fingers off. So there's already a character that makes grenades. It's Apollo. Tian Wen is the gun girl. It's very clear to me this is a new legendary explosive weapon coming to the game. Now, if you've seen any of the early development documentaries for Arc Raiders, back when it was a PvE game, they made a lot of different explosive weapons, you know? And I think one of them ended up evolving into the Hole Cracker, but there was some more sort of like RPG things that would work like a traditional missile launcher. And the weapon that we got in that teaser, in the recent one, sounds very explosive. My personal first thoughts are to jump to some kind of energy rocket launcher. That sounds like something that's going to be really good against Arc, especially big Arc. And that would make sense considering April is supposed to be a big Arc drop, right? We're getting a new big Arc in April alongside the new map. Now, I do wonder how we're going to craft this thing. If this new legendary weapon drops in March, or March 31st, but the new big Arc is in April, then how are we going to get our hands on it? Well, my thoughts are perhaps it will be another drop for the Matriarch. The Queen currently has 2 weapons that can be crafted with the Queen Core, so maybe they'll just tack it onto the Matriarch reactor. We're also getting another new arc in the March 31st update, so there's a chance that maybe it's that arc, whatever that might be. It seems like that's not going to be a boss arc, right? And usually, if you're building a legendary weapon, so far in Arc Raiders, you need the legendary cores from some kind of boss. So my first guess is they'll probably just tack it onto the Matriarch and give us a chance to unlock this to use against some of the Arc and the new bigger Arc coming in April. Now, I also found what might be another weapon whilst combing through some of the concept art and early footage. It appears in some pretty recent looking footage first. Now, this looks like a sniper of some sort. And you might think, oh, probably just an Osprey. But this model definitely is quite a bit different to the Osprey. You can get a much clearer view of it in this photo here, and this weapon certainly looks quite a bit different to the Osprey. Now, if they do add another scoped sniper, I think that would be pretty awesome. The Jupiter, alongside it here, though, is already the legendary sniper, which is an energy ammo weapon sniper. So maybe this will be something else that comes along down the line, like a heavy ammo sniper. Or maybe, weirdly enough, this was the Osprey and they ended up changing the model or something. I'm not really sure, but it's interesting to see these early photos. Speaking of photos, there was one image that was posted as the first teaser for the upcoming March 31st update. It has 3 raiders around a table looking to gather items for an upcoming project, potentially. There's a few items on the table like some headphones and some laboratory reagents and whatever this thing is. But more importantly is the caption again here, which says, "Truth is scarce and rumors spread. The Flashpoint is coming." Now, the word Flashpoint can mean a couple of things. It could be where the event reaches its critical point. You know, if there's some kind of war, then the Flashpoint might be the critical moment where there's a lot of enemies, for example. Or it could be the chemistry word, right? For some reason, I feel like it's more likely to be the first one. Flashpoint is a major 2x map condition, just like the hurricane mode. And in fact, on the Flashpoint image here, we can actually see that the symbol is the same lightning symbol used in the teaser, right? It's the lightning symbol again, which I think relates to the weapon that we're going to be able to unlock. So maybe there's something else going on here. Maybe there's a 2x event where there's a bunch of Ark and there's a lot of hostility, a lot of large waves of Ark, and it's a big fight that we have to deal with. And doing so will allow us to get the blueprint or maybe some other new material that's added to craft this new weapon. I'm hoping that's the case. I think that would be really, really fun. We haven't really had any Ark-specific 2x events yet. They're always environmental. So I think it would be really cool if there was some kind of Ark-based 2x event where there's a bunch of Ark and the PvE element is actually quite challenging and there's some kind of reward for getting it at the end. It's probably no surprise that the Ark Raiders player base has been dropping recently, and personally I think that's because most players have completed everything there is to offer in the game. Whilst the core of Ark Raiders is really awesome, it's very immersive, the Ark are cool, once you've experienced the first like 50 to 100 hours, there's not much to do or work towards or experience. It's the same game. And I think one of the reasons why that feels that way is because we now have aggression-based matchmaking, there's less sus lobbies, which means it's easier just to grind out the PvE side and be done with it. Have everything you need and then go and join PvP when you want to. It's a bit of a fragmented experience, and it's a bit of a double-edged sword because I like the PvE moments. They're really fun, they're really wholesome. It feels like this kind of social environment, this social sandbox that we can all take part in. And the PvP moments can be really fun at times as well. And the in-between sus lobbies are also really awesome. So it's not like I completely dislike the aggression-based matchmaking. I think that it helped people to enjoy the game in ways that perhaps some levels of players wouldn't have been able to, but it does mean we can all progress and accelerate through the content really quickly. And I'm hoping that the developers realize this and try to set out some kind of PvE challenge content that allows us to engage with the game again in fun ways. Whether we have to work together with friends to take down harder PvE elements or some kind of extra challenge that allows us to work towards something in-game would be really awesome. So I'm hoping that they kind of lean away from these weather-based 2x events, as cool as they are and atmospheric as they can be. It would be cool if maybe Flashpoint is the start of some kind of more PvE-centric 2x conditions. And that's not to say that you can't go in PvP on those maps. It's just that there may be some more challenging environments to take down the Ark. They obviously started with a PvE game, so they've got a good backbone when it comes to creating more Ark and more challenges, and I really hope this is the direction they try and take this. It would definitely revitalize the community a bit and give us all something to really get excited for. It's a shame that the update, that is the March update, is coming literally on the last day of March, but I suppose we can kind of expect that cadence for future releases. The April update with the big map is probably going to be right at the very end of April. Let me know what you think about that, and if you're excited about the new update. And let me know in the comments if you'd like to see any changes to Ark Raiders. What would make you more captivated to pick up this game again? Let me know, and I'll see you all in the comments. Cheerio.